Hi, I'm Lita Batho, and I'm currently a platinum rank with doTERRA, and I'm here to give you a little example of how to teach a doTERRA class. I'll try to be brief and efficient, and that's one of the strengths of the Edge system that we use on our team. So I'll be using the Nature's Oils TerraPad from the Edge system. I have to say that I just decided this was the time to get this recording done in the last 5 minutes. I grabbed my essential oils and set up as if I was going to teach a class. So I'm usually ready to go and have the basic supplies in my home and ready whenever so that I could teach a class at a moment's notice. I even carry the supplies with me oftentimes so that I can always give people some education about the oils if the opportunity comes up. So I'll be using Nature's Oils TerraPad when I'm going to teach a class. The basics of what I like to have are the oils that are mentioned on the TerraPad, as well as a diffuser, the Lifelong Vitality supplements, maybe a tube of Deep Blue Rub, and some fractionated coconut oil that I can use as an example. If I go to somebody's house to teach a class, they often introduce me to their community, and they say, or whoever's come to the class, and they say something like, "This is Lita Batho. She's a doTERRA Platinum. She's worked with doTERRA since 2012. She's traveled all over the country teaching about the essential oils, and we're really lucky to have her here tonight to teach." And then I will edify my host by saying, I met Julia a few years ago, and she really embraced the oils. She's become a healer in her own home and is a great resource. And you're in really good hands with Julia, so you're really lucky to know her and to have her as a resource for you as you begin to learn to use these oils. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is the basics of how to use the essential oils. And I always tell people the class will be about 45 minutes, and then we'll have time for questions and time for socializing after that. So I'm going to try to keep it brief, and I'm basically going to follow what is on your TerraPad, or on your sheet. So you can take notes on this. You're going to be able to take it home. Feel free. And oftentimes I give them a reference book, like one of the reference books we give as gifts, as a writing surface so that they can later refer to that book during the class. First of all, I'd like to pass around an essential oil because most of the reason that we have these in-person classes is so that you can have an oil experience. So the first oil I'll pass around is the peppermint. You can either just smell it from the bottle, or you can put a drop on your hand, and it's really important that you model this when you're teaching a class. And then just rub your hands together. Avoid getting the vapor in your eyes because it'll sting a little bit, but you can cup your hands over your nose and mouth and just inhale. And you'll immediately feel how the oils can help open the airways. Peppermint is very invigorating. It's a great way to start class because it also helps with focus. So I'll just pass that around. And then everyone will get to try it, of course, as I'm talking. As we're passing the peppermint around, I'm going to talk a little bit about what essential oils are. They're nature's defense mechanism for plants and cells. The essential oils are pure extracts from plants, and they're highly concentrated. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than dried herbs. So as you're trying the peppermint oil, consider that 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Peppermint is known to invigorate the lungs and help support our clear respiration. It calms the stomach and head tension, and it cools the body. It's great on a hot day. It also increases alertness and focus. The next oil that I'm going to pass around is our lavender oil, which is sourced in France. And again, feel free to pass it, take a drop, apply it anywhere you like, smell it, and really experience our lavender oil. The lavender soothes irritated skin. It's basically very soothing in nature. It calms bee stings or insect bites. It soothes emotions. It supports restful sleep and breathing. You might wonder at this point, why would we want to replace some of the things that we already have in our home for these types of issues with pure essential oils? Why explore natural solutions versus synthetic ones? Well, the essential oil addresses the problem rather than masking symptoms. They're very affordable. In a 15 milliliter bottle of oil, there are about 250 drops, and you're typically only using a drop or two, and the essential oils are pennies per drop. They're available in your home immediately, so I love that I have them on hand and can just go to them in my home and try them first. The essential oils have no side effects, and no risk of addiction. They're not addictive. Now, this makes a case for using essential oils in general, but why use doTERRA essential oils? Well, if you look at your pie chart, which is in the third section of your sheet, you'll see a circle, that's a pie chart, and you'll see that the largest portion, the blue portion, represents 100% synthetic oils. So with doTERRA, the plants are grown in their indigenous region and harvested in those natural habitats in 50 countries around the world. The CPTG, or Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade standard, establishes complete purity of the oils. So the oils are third-party tested at doTERRA, and the company is based upon having the best essential oils in the world. Each batch of oil undergoes multiple third-party testing to certify purity, and these are the purest oils you can find in the world today. The oil that I pass around as an example of this is the frankincense oil. So frankincense is sometimes called the king of oils, and it's sourced in Oman and Somalia. A great majority of any frankincense you can find on the market is 100% synthetic, so we're really lucky to have access to this incredible oil. Frankincense is good for nourishing the brain and the neurological system. It can be used topically to beautify the skin. Sometimes I just pat it on my face, especially in the morning when I first wake up, and it's included in a lot of doTERRA's face care products. It's good nutrition for occasional aches and pains. And we sometimes say, or we often say, when in doubt, use frankincense. So it's extremely supportive to us and a great oil to have on hand at all times. Additionally, on the sheet, it's noted that you can look at the resource pubmed.gov to find records of studies that have been done. If you simply type in frankincense, all kinds of studies about the oil will come up, and it's really interesting to see all the different ways that doTERRA, or that essential oils, are being studied for their health promoting benefits. And essential oils are in fact very effective. The next section of your sheet focuses on Melaleuca oil. You can add Melaleuca to your shampoo to nourish your scalp. You can add topically to nourish your skin, use on your skin. It soothes skin and mouth irritations inside your mouth, and you can apply it to a cotton ball and just kind of rest that cotton ball inside your ear or a child's ear to ease ear discomfort. Essential oils work at a cellular level and protect cells. Impurities and threats reside on the inside and outside of cells, and essential oils penetrate and diffuse into cell membranes and fight against threats. The next part of the class focuses on how to use essential oils, and there are basically three ways: aromatically, topically, and internally. The aromatic use of the oils can easily be demonstrated with our wonderful oil blend, Breathe. It can be inhaled directly from the bottle, from your hands like we've been doing, or you can use a diffuser like I have going back here, which diffuses the oils into the air without using heat, because heat can degrade the oils. When you breathe the oils in, it quickly affects your mood. When you diffuse the oils in your home or in your workplace, it cleans the air, and it supports clear breathing and clear airways. So Breathe specifically nourishes the lungs and sinuses. It's our respiratory blend. You can diffuse it at night as you sleep for restful sleep and easy breathing. And it's also great to apply 2 to 3 drops on your chest or the bottoms of your feet as needed for respiratory support. When you use the oils topically, it's powerful. 1 drop can easily service every cell in your body. So if you apply the oils to the bottoms of the feet, it nourishes your bloodstream within 30 seconds. It's quickly absorbed. The bottoms of the feet are a great place to apply the oils because the pores are large, oils are quickly absorbed, and the skin is thick. So it's very unlikely to cause skin sensitivity compared to places where your skin is thinner. For sensitivity, you can always dilute the oils with a carrier oil. doTERRA makes a great fractionated coconut oil, which is coconut oil that's treated so that it is liquid at room temperature. So it's very easy to use, it's very neutral, it doesn't have a scent of its own, and it really lasts a long time, so it doesn't degrade quickly. You can, in a pinch, use something like olive oil from your kitchen or other nut oils that you have on hand, like almond oil or apricot oil. And then the third way to use the oils is internally. Now, to use the oils internally, you can place them under your tongue, add to your drinking water, or put in a capsule, like an empty veggie capsule that you get from the store. doTERRA sells them, and you can also buy them at your local natural food store. You always want to make sure not to put the essential oils in plastic drinking containers, so always use glass because the oils tend to break down petrochemicals in plastics, and that will be then in your water. The good thing is, essential oils can also break down petrochemicals in your body and in your cells, and then we flush them out. And one great oil for this is lemon, which I'm going to pass around. So simple lemon, sourced in Italy from the rind of the lemons. It's cold pressed, and you can drink it in your water daily. It helps to break down the petrochemicals, gently detoxify the body, also makes your water taste good, and it can soothe an irritated throat. You can also use the citrus oils like lemon to clean. So you can dilute the oils in a spray bottle and clean your kitchen or your home with the essential oils. It's very effective. doTERRA's number 2 selling product is the Slim and Sassy Blend. Some of us laugh about the name, but it's called Slim and Sassy Metabolic Blend. And I find that it's great to help curb cravings. It supports a healthy metabolism, and it naturally helps the body break down petrochemicals as well because it has lemon and grapefruit included in this blend. It helps to manage hunger, and you can take it internally or use topically on target areas. doTERRA also does us a favor of pre-making some of the oils in a soft gel, so you can buy this very same essential oil blend in a pre-made soft gel, which you can take 3 to 5 times per day if you're in a place where you're trying to curb sugar cravings or caffeine or change your daily habits, or even as part of a healthy weight plan. So Slim and Sassy is very popular. I love it, and it smells great, tastes great, and I think it's awesome for helping to stabilize energy levels and support your metabolism. The next oil and the last oil that I'm going to talk about is the On Guard blend. So On Guard is their immune supporting blend, or protective blend, and it contains nature's most powerful antioxidant, clove oil. Clove rates way higher than some of the things you hear of for antioxidants like carrots or beets or grapes, and is a great way to help support your system. On a scale, in fact, that measures the antioxidant strength of food, scored carrots at 200, blueberries at 2,500, and clove at 1,078,000. 1 ounce of clove oil, essential oil, has the antioxidant value of 400 pounds of carrots or 28 quarts of blueberries. On Guard is such a versatile oil. You can diffuse it in the air to help protect your family or your community from airborne pathogens. And you can also apply it to the bottoms of your feet. I apply On Guard every day, and every day throughout the year, but especially during cold and flu season. It comes in a soft gel that is great for if you feel like there are a lot of seasonal threats around, and it's one of the key oils too. When we're using the essential oils, it's important to consider that we're basically changing our paradigm of health and changing our habits. So small, frequent daily doses are going to be much more effective than using the oils once in a great while or just when something comes up. And so really integrating them into your daily routines is going to be very helpful. Even if you just start with one oil and gradually introduce oils as you learn about them. Another really easy and extremely effective way to begin to integrate these products into your life is through doTERRA's best-selling product, the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So this is a package of 3 supplements. The Z-Omega, which has land-based and fish-based essential fatty acids, omega-3s and omega-6s. It also includes some of the key essential oils to support your health, like frankincense and clove that I just mentioned. The Microplex VMZ, it's not called the Microplex VMZ anymore, is it? It's called the MVP, is a vitamin and mineral complex that's very easy to assimilate and accessible to our bodies so that we're absorbing what we're taking. And the Alpha CRS is a herbal-based supplement that really supports the body and the cellular health so that it all works well. So those 3 are meant to be taken as together, and they are extremely supportive to our health, and they're actually doTERRA's #1 selling product. They support a healthy inflammatory response to oxidative stress. They contain nature's most powerful antioxidants, which is really important to our health. And they have 9 different essential oils, like I said, frankincense, clove, thyme, cumin, orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. The Lifelong Vitality Pack of those 3 supplements is something that doTERRA offers a 30-day money-back guarantee on because they're so sure that you're going to feel a difference. And I have to say, I really felt a difference when I started taking them, definitely. And then the Terrazyme is also mentioned on this sheet, which is a digestive enzyme to help your body absorb and process the food that you take in better. So every chemical reaction in your body requires enzymes. There are 2 types of enzymes, metabolic, which support your energy levels, and digestive, which of course support the digestive system. We typically get digestive enzymes from, our body does create some, and we also get some from eating raw vine-ripened food. But because our diets are enzyme deficient, typically, our body has to convert our metabolic enzymes into digestive enzymes. So that takes basically away from the enzymes that make us feel like we have energy and direct them to our digestion, which can make us feel a little bit dragged down. Taking enzymes regularly allows your body to use metabolic enzymes as they were intended. So in other words, it frees up and liberates some of that energy to be used for other things besides simply digesting your food. Now, when we began class, you probably listed your top 3 health concerns, and this is a good time to take a look at that book that you have underneath your sheet and look up something that you have written down if I haven't answered it during my talk. So this is a time in class when we can discuss a little bit about what's going on with people and what oils might help. And if someone says, oh, I have such aches and pains, then I would pass around the Deep Blue rub or pass the Deep Blue out around again. And oh shoot, why is this happening? And I just had a moment with my recording, but basically I forgot to talk about the Deep Blue, but that's usually the one I pass around when I talk about topical oils. So this is a good example actually of how if your class isn't perfect and you make a mistake here or there, it's totally fine. For one thing, it makes the class look doable, so anybody could do it. As you could see and hear, I was basically reading the sheet. So that makes it look extremely easy. And anyone who's curious about doing this as a business will feel confident that they could probably do that. So once we've talked a little bit about what oils can help various things that are going on, I get to the point where I say, now's the time when I'm going to explain to you how to get these oils. Are you interested in that? And everybody says yes. So there are basically two ways to purchase. Everyone who purchases doTERRA oils, like 99.9%, get a wholesale membership. And this is because you can purchase the oils retail, but that's simply the most expensive way to buy the oils, and almost nobody does. So it's kind of like Costco in that you pay a membership fee, and from then on all the products are 25% off. The most intelligent way to purchase is through doTERRA's Loyalty Rewards program, which is a monthly loyalty program. It's really easy, and it's also totally flexible. So when you're ordering on the Loyalty Rewards program, you get the 25% off, but you also get 10 to 30% back on each order in product credit, so credit for future purchases. You get additional discounts, like sometimes when I buy a face care kit, I get a free product with it. And you receive the free product of the month and so on. So there's so many benefits with the Loyalty Rewards order. You also qualify to do what I do or share the oils with friends and receive a commission on what you share and when your friends enroll with their own account. So in the event that the longer you participate in the Loyalty Rewards program, the more credit you earn. And I can tell you a little bit about that later. But first, I'd like to tell you that one great thing about becoming a member is that, like I said, you can pay that $35 fee, but if you purchase a package or kit of oils to begin with, you get a greater discount, so you get a better value, and they waive the $35 fee. So this is their way of encouraging you to start with a kit, because we know you haven't used essential oils very much before and you might need a little encouragement, but believe me, the kits are by far the best value. And then you have the oils in your home so that you have a little toolkit to use as things come up or as you read about different oils and you have them. So the very best value and really an incredible deal is the larger kits on this side of the sheet. The Diamond Kit includes every product that doTERRA makes, and it's going to save you $769 below the wholesale price. And when you purchase this kit and then set up an order for next month, you get 400 product credits back. So that's equivalent to $400 back. So this is definitely the best value. And there's also a kit that simply focuses on the essential oils and a diffuser and a case to keep your oils in. You get every oil that doTERRA makes. And then with this one, you get 200 product credits back next month, $200. And you start their Loyalty Rewards program at 20%. So that's also an incredible deal. And I know when I started, I bought one of the bigger kits because I knew that I was going to be using a lot of essential oils. I was able to make that investment at the time, and I'm so glad I did. But at the time I thought, well, the worst thing that can happen is I'll have a whole bunch of essential oils. The great thing about them is they last a really long time. So even if you don't learn about every oil right away, you'll have them when you're ready. On the front of the sheet are some economy kits, and the Natural Solutions kit is also really good. You get 100 points back next month when you make an order. So it costs $550. You get $63 off of the wholesale price, but you also get $100 back, and so that's a great deal. And then there are kits focusing on emotional aromatherapy, athletes kit, home essentials kit, which comes with a diffuser, and so on. So I'm going to pass this sheet around to everyone, and it'll give you a chance to look it over and see which kits interest you, see what's in each kit. My favorite is definitely the Every Oil kit, but there are other options. And then to create the account, you would simply fill out the yellow portions of this sheet, give it back to me, and I will enter it into the computer tonight and then shred your sheet. So it's very safe and very easy. Once I set up that first order with you, you'll have the freedom to go on, log in on your own account, and make your own orders in the future. And you'll always get 25% off. And with the Loyalty Rewards program, you'll get an additional 10 to 30% back on each order. So great benefits. So what I'm going to do is make sure everyone has the sheets they need. I also like to print out a sheet of whatever specials are going on this month so that they can see a visual of the specials. And then I take the time to talk to the people that are at my class. Now, this is the most important part of the class. Everything you've done, from making your contact list to inviting people to getting your house ready to having your people come over to doing the class, has led up to this moment when hopefully they're filling out their sheets and deciding what they would like to purchase. So stay super focused during the close and don't get distracted by other things. This isn't the time to clean up or go get drinks or talk about other oils that that you want to tell them how great they are. This is the time to focus and talk about what kit they might like to purchase and to ask the direct enrolling question. Would it be okay if I show you how to set up a wholesale membership? Or which kit interested you the most? Sometimes I say, if money weren't an issue, which kit would you want? So take the time to talk to people. And in a class, ideally, you'll have one experienced wellness advocate for every 3 guests, new people, so that each person gets some personal attention. And you'll let people fill out their sheets. You'll take their sheets. You'll schedule a membership overview with them so that once they get their oils, they can learn how to use their account and the benefits of their membership and how the oils will work for them. You can give them suggestions and show them how to use their account. And then you'll launch your new wellness advocates off to a good start. So thanks for joining me for my short class demonstration.